Okay, this video is for Ozzy and Randy, just my own way of really showing how much I love those two guys. Ozzy, obviously, such an icon, from Sabbath to his own stuff, really just amazing songs, and obviously with his own stuff came Randy Rhoads. There's so many great guitarists through history, there's no point in comparing them, but to me, Randy Rhoads really just so influential, just love his style, and just love his flair, and I think he's one of the most naturally, the guitar is an extension of him, and that's really what drew my eye to him when I was younger and I was learning, as well as Angus Young and all that kind of stuff. But I thought it'd be fun to just look at Randy Rhoads' style guitar for a video, looking at Flying High Again, my favourite Ozzy song. So kind of tying two things together, bit of a tribute to Ozzy in my own way. And then also look at Randy Rhoads and his awesome stuff. This is not going to be a straight up tutorial with loads of tabs and stuff like that, but it's really just what does Randy do that makes him so cool, and can we just break down some of these Randy style techniques and just generally show how to play them and how you might approach them if you like this kind of guitar. But if you want to get the tabs up, then fire away, and then maybe these little sections of techniques will help you. Let's give it a go. Let's have some fun, Stuff like that. So the start of Flying High Again, you might sort of recognize the sound as that kind of thing. There's so much going on. You've got the tribute to Randy Rhoads concert. You've got the album version. There's so many different ways to play this. And again, that's not the point with the tab kind of thing. We're not going to go super into that kind of thing. But it's basically, which is kind of the Brian May thing. Again, stop one on the bus tour of Randy Rhoads' awesome style. That kind of bend, that thing, that kind of sound and that kind of raw power and just really expressive guitar playing is just so cool to me. Love that. So that's the kind of intro section, and we've got and I didn't know it was two D chords there, I think, technically. I just thought it was. Yeah, so it's lovely and bluesy and really, really cool and really quite doable. There's just power chords, G, D, and the A as well. So you can kind of do it how you want. You could stick on the A. But that is kind of the idea. And then stop 2. I won't continue this kind of bus stop thing. But we've got this, if you think about A minor, because Randy's so good at bringing in the, the actual full scales rather than just playing pentatonic. If you just take the shape and just, you can kind of get that idea. And you start to see where his style starts to come in. Loads of flick offs. When you bring it back further up the neck, you start to see, that's kind of how he's doing a lot of these, I mean, I must have done that. When I've heard that in my ear when I was very young, before there was tabs, I wasn't even looking at tabs. I was just thinking, what's that? That kind of sound. And I think that's actually something you can do as a guitar player. Okay, yes, it's nice to have the tabs and play it as accurately as possible, especially when it comes to solos, of course. But for me, I think it's internalizing that sound and interpreting it in the way that you can. You can kind of steal that. Got all these things, haven't you? And that's how you get that kind of style. So that's one of the coolest things I can think of in this song already, and it's in the first few seconds. I'm using my little finger there. I'm just doing any way I can get those notes to be kind of kind of find your own way. Sometimes it comes down from down picking and up picking. So down, up there. So I really want to highlight that note. And then you're ready to go down again. See how that motion kind of comes about? And that's how you get clean playing in this kind of rhythm section, is thinking about what notes are you wanting to highlight and how are you going to highlight them. Lots of muting there. I'm muting the underside of all the rest of the strings, and muting the top two. So I'm getting a really nice clean sound. Obviously G, very much a G5, a G power chord. That kind of sound. You could add the top notes. Okay, there's loads of variations there, and obviously there's so many different little things that Randy does, especially when playing live as well. You've got other bits like this, lots of offbeat. That kind of thing. A bit like Ted Nugent-y. Very of its era, of course. We got this pretty nice bit here. I mean, it's it's bluesy. It's just blues, really, isn't it? But in this context and being so expressive, not just playing chords, but he's adding all these. He's the complete guitarist to me, Randy Rhoads says. Chords, but then lead mixed in. Not like that. So in the chorus of this song, Mama's gonna worry. I've been a bad, bad boy. That kind of thing. You've got that going on under the Mama's gonna worry. 3 to 4. Very chromatic. The difference here is we're playing an A power chord like that. So in the chorus, according to this Songster tab, that's kind of Mama's gonna worry. And that's so cool. So there I am going down, 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 up to catch that. You don't have to get that full chord, it kind of rings out. Very, very nice. And then I've been a bad, bad boy. Lovely. How nice is that? This is just G to D. But just another way of flavouring that chord. So that's what the chorus sounds like. I mean, we can all hear Ozzy singing over the top of that. Just, Mama's gonna worry. Just absolutely going for it. This is my favourite song. Absolutely love it. So going into the, and you can see what my eyes see. I mean, you don't even really notice that once you look at the tab and you actually play it. It's so musical. It's just amazing, really. This is just 4-2, 6-4, 7-6. And you got that kind of D sus2 sound coming out. With the E note coming out of the bottom, whichever way you want to do it, I suppose. Then you got stuff like that. I think it's just twice on the 5th fret and the 4th fret, and then 4 times on that 2nd fret. The timing of that's a bit crazy, but I mean, again, what guitar player's doing that? Right, let's hit on to the solo, because it's a great solo and it's not super complicated, but it's fast and it's very Randy Rhoads, but yeah, mixture of bluesy and very, very melodic and musical. So this first part, it's 14, 17, 14, bend 16 fret to the full, to the 18th. That kind of thing. I think the trick with this is, for me, is to kind of, well, you could go up, up, flick off, and then down on the bend. That almost keeps the strings from ringing out for me. You could try go down, up, down. For me, I'm probably got my fingers a bit too much like this. I tuck my elbow in, try to get your fingers as flat as possible. The strings are a bit old on this, so I don't use this guitar very often. It's kind of nice to bring it out though. But yeah, you could get that as clean as you need to get it. And then you've got, which is, I believe it's 17, 16, 14, 17, 15, 14. I did see some wrong tab going about. You can kind of hear it's right though there. And then at the top of there, you're kind of doing a lot of trills, and this is a very, very Randy Rhoads thing. For me, the picking, every time I change string, I'm going up first, and I'm going up, down, up. Like that. The more relaxed you get with it, don't try force that, try glide over the string. The more relaxed I get with it, and I don't think Randy had a particularly heavy touch. I'm going to go as far to say, from what I interpret it as. I've never heard anyone talk about it before, but I think he's got quite a relaxed playing style for how aggressive it all sounds, but I imagine he's very fluid. Then the next part. That's kind of what I've got so far from what I've seen. It starts with a pull-off. And you can start to hear this, and I've I've really tried to interpret this thing from a guy called Kent Crawley, who's on Instagram, an incredible player. But he kind of says, turn everything into an exercise. So it could be like this. Something like that. Maybe try break it down into parts. Try to do that. And I always think that's a really good way of just like breaking down the solos. Try and do it through a scale. Try and get used to that feeling. But actually what it is that slide's quite tricky. And that's kind of what we're going for. And yeah, the trick there is to, again, relax. And remember to breathe. Very legato playing right there. There is another section here which I'm going to kind of glide over a bit. Something like that, but it's kind of doing a start on the note and then go back, so. And the only difference here is this is the hammer on this time. And then lots of hammer-ons and trills. This next bit is absolutely awesome. I'm going to kind of skip that last bit, but this next bit's great. Let's break down this one. This is great. So it's got that kind of leading into kind of thing, which is just, but then the actual main lick is kind of, so you're leading into it by going, so it starts here actually, which is very cool, and that happens quite a lot. And I think when you listen to a lot of Randy Rhoads, you might actually find in your own playing you kind of do that a lot, where you kind of go, you know, kind of lead into it like that. But this is just, once you get in the rhythm with that, it's quite good. Very, very nice. Thank you for that one, Randy. And it kind of ends down here with classic lots of trills. I think that's 19, 17 there. And then, of course, skipping smoothly on, we've got the tapping section, which I've not super gained up for that, but I like to tap with my pick, but you could, and I don't know if Randy does it with his finger, but who knows. Doesn't really work for me. I quite like the, quite nice. So what this is a double tap, like that. So if you do it with your pick, yeah, whatever. It sounds awesome. I'll leave it to him. But you can get the idea. So the tapping is the double tap. And finally, to close out the song, wow, you know, just having fun. But yeah, I'm really glad I got to actually learn a bit more of that song and just show it off, because it is my favourite Ozzy song. I have a favourite Sabbath song, but maybe that'll come later. But, you know, Ozzy, you know, we love you, man. And it's just a bit of a crazy time to imagine that you won't be here to just rock out. But, you know, the music lives on, and that's the important thing. And same with Randy Rhoads' guitar. You know, it still goes on to influence so many people. And he's still the best, in my opinion. Well, anyway, if you like this video, please like and drop us a subscribe, or drop us a like and subscribe. That'd be a good way around too. And if you want to see more of this stuff, just let me know in the comments, or any other kind of thing you'd like me to go through that's a bit techniques based, but we can look at more tabs as well if we feel like it. But who knows? We'll see. But I'll see you in the next video.